Okay, so why don't we begin by you telling me a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Nicholas Vanzwol. I grew up in Portland, Oregon, and I have had two retail jobs, which have allowed me to utilize my people skills and small problem solving. Nothing really major has happened, but it's also helped me expand on knowing that this is the type of service that I want to get into.
Okay, and so why did you choose this major?
Because, well, growing up, I had a father that would travel a lot, and he would take me with him. And I loved going to the hotels, and I loved, seeing how service worked and seeing how everything was so well put together. It was fascinating to me, and I knew from a young age that I wanted to do something with hotels. And when I found out about the hospitality program, I was like, that's perfect. So
Right. So what would you say your strengths are?
I would say my biggest strength is my determination. If I want something, I'm going to do everything I can to get it or get it done. I have a lot of loyalty to myself, so I make sure that I don't get into trouble. I take care of myself. I just maintain. I would say that another big strength I have is that I have a really vibrant personality that a lot of people seem to be able to connect with really quickly.
Good, and your weaknesses?
I would say my weaknesses, my biggest one is probably my job experience because it doesn't really have anything to relate with hospitality, but it does allow me to utilize some of the same skills that it would take to thrive in a hospitality environment, but I just haven't really had the opportunity to really show people that this is where I belong.
Why do you want to work for our company? Pretend I'm the company of your dreams.
I was gonna say what company. Okay, I want to work for your company because it is, in my opinion, the best company. It's always clean. I always get great service here. It's always to the point, and people are always friendly. And I feel like that I fit in well with all your coworkers, and I could be a part of the company family very, very easily.
And where would you like to be in your career 5 years from now?
In 5 years, I would like to. Sorry, I don't mean to totally break the interview. Is it 5 years from after I graduate, or is it 5 years from like?
Whatever
this
you prefer.
moment? Okay. Well, I'll do it from this moment then. In 5 years, I see myself getting my master's degree from San Diego State, but I also see myself having hospitality experience. So after I get my bachelor's degree from UNLV, I'm going to take a year or two to actually work in the field and then go back to get my master's. So I'm not sure if my master's will be done in 5 years, but if it is, then I would like to see myself working full-time in the hospitality industry for this company.
And how do you stay current on the issues in the hospitality industry?
I have I'm signed up on pretty much every CareerLink website, such as H Careers and CareerLink, and I mostly stay current by going to the Strip a lot and seeing how things are changing and seeing how the service is changing and just knowing what's going on with the hotels pretty much, such as events, conferences, whatever is going on.
Give me an example of a challenging experience that you've had and how you overcame it.
Challenging experience. When I worked at the bookstore at PCC, I had to drive a really big truck, and I've never driven anything bigger than the car I had, which was a small Toyota. And I had to drive a really big truck through a campus full of people, and I was really nervous, and I was scared pretty much because I didn't want to hit anyone or anything. And I took it slow, and I did it perfectly, and I delivered everything before they had to be there, so, but not too early. Just quicker than people thought it would take to drive to the end of the campus.
Give me an example of a time you had to work on a team with someone you found a difficult to get along with and how you resolved that.
Growing up, I was really into sports, and for lacrosse, I was the team captain. And it was really hard, especially when I was in middle school, to being a team captain, you have to take control of situations and you have to make decisions. And not everyone's going to agree, so people would have their own versions of what should be going on, but being part of a team is learning what other people think we should do. So I had to take what people were saying, what would be the best decision, and pretty much mesh together what I think is right and what they think is right, and it always came out pretty good. We were always a pretty successful team.
And how would your previous employer describe you? If I gave them a call, what would they have to say about you?
Really hard worker, and if I'm asked to do something, I will do it to the best of my abilities, and I will never turn a customer down. I will always try to help them, and I will never give them the flat "I don't know" answer.
So what can you do for us that other candidates can't?
I can bring to you a very vibrant personality. I understand that there are probably tons of other applicants for this job, but none of them bring my skill set and my characteristics of, just being very open-minded and being very open to trying new things to the company.
And do you have any questions for me?
What have you learned? What have you gained from working from this company?
Anything else?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Do you have any others?
That's it.
Okay, great. That concludes our interviews. Great.
Perfect.